Yo. Gonna be at the track today. No microphone. My bad. How bad is this sound? Should I try my earbuds? How's the sound? Does it sound terrible? Or is it okay? Let's see here. What about now? Is that okay? All right. Wonderful. All right. Well, let's get into it. I'm at the track. Got to try to make some money today. Yeah, a little overcast. Yep, a little overcast. Well, cheers. Jeez, tripping all over. All right. Let's get into it. Okay. All right. Alex Bowman. Well, here's the thing. Hendrick Motorsports looks really good. And he looks like the worst of them. So I don't know. He's the worst HMS car, and HMS looks awesome today. So I don't know where that. Yeah, lots of fall off for the 48. Relative. I mean, I also think track position is going to be really important. I don't think he falls outside the top 10. And then, he'll be able to get spots on pit road, you would imagine. So, yes, there was overcast. Yeah, and I was bitching to Ryan and Brian, he's going to get a cloud and someone's going to pass Gregson and Briscoe. Yeah, I agree. He's just top 10 machine. I don't know. I have nothing on or against Bowman. If someone was really opinionated, I'd be shocked. He's just a driver you can't be super opinionated about this week. Josh Berry. Well, I thought he was going to suck last week and he won. He doesn't look that fast, but I don't know. Got the pull on the way to the track. Oh, your girlfriend's first pull. Well, hopefully I'll see you guys out there. Sounded pervy. Oh, I hope I get to meet your girlfriend. Okay, so I don't know Josh Berry. I don't think he's going to be good. I don't know. Let's get into Noah Gragson. Well, he looked great. I think. I don't know. We're running the wall at Homestead. Of course, we shocked that Gragson looks good. I think here's the thing with Gragson, we're now entering this territory where you're getting even money top 10, or a plus 120. Okay, those are numbers I don't like to play on Noah Gragson. I like if you had some stuff before practice and qualifying, there's some good value there, but I don't know that you can play them at these odds because it's checkers or records. I don't know, maybe play it if you want him on your card, you have to play him to win, maybe a top 3, but you can't be playing this pick'em shit with Noah Gragson at Homestead, if that makes sense. Chase Briscoe. I don't think the Toyotas look particularly strong at all. This is Chase Briscoe's one of his best tracks, but good qualifying for him. I don't trust him. I mean, I bet him before the week started at 40-1, but I don't love it. I think he's, I don't know, maybe top 10. Maybe top 10 for Chase Briscoe. He'd have to find something. Yeah, he did have a little bit better long run speed. William Byron. Well, looked like Larson's biggest competition is going to be William Byron. Just very solid practice, not a ton of fall off, but also didn't show the same speed Larson did. He just didn't fall off as much as other drivers. So I think that if you're looking at outright prices, I think it's really hard to take Larson. It's really hard to take Blaney. I think you have to look at William Byron as probably the best kind of shorter, best favorite outright price would be William Byron, in my opinion. He looked better than Blaney. I know that they ran in separate groups. Blaney was also good on the long run. Shocker. I don't. I think he's way overvalued this week. Way overvalued. He's good. Um, I just think in order to win this race, it's going to take some stones to put it up there on the wall, which is what we saw last year, and go win it. I just don't see Blaney doing that. Would anybody disagree with that? Yeah. Wow, Brian just crushing the market. He got him at 10-1, and now 850 is the best. Whoa, whoa. No, that's I don't know. I still think 8-1 is a good price for Byron. I think he's a top 3 car, and he doesn't make mistakes. And who are the guys that are going to make mistakes here? The other fast guys. It's going to be the 45. It's going to be the 5. The 54 showed some speed. Are you telling me those guys don't make mistakes? This looks like Byron comes in and just cleans up a win, like in a perfect Byron type victory. Hanging around all day, wasn't nearly as fast as some of the guys running the wall, but still gets it done. Like it just seems like that. Larson, Byron, and Blaney to dominate this race. Yeah, I mean, there's some other stuff. Byron top 5 plus 110. I He's also the guy that I don't think drives back through the field in the long run. I don't know. I don't trust him in the long run, I guess. Maybe that's what I don't trust him to be able to make up the speed that some of the other faster cars, but we're not betting him for the speed. We're betting him for him to not make mistakes. That's probably properly priced. Yeah. uh Gotta get out. I gotta hurry here. Yeah. John Hunter Nemechek, a lot of fall off. Good qualifying, a lot of fall off. We can say the same thing about Austin Cindric. This does not look like a guy that's going to be able to maintain a lot of speed in the long run. If you are fading someone, it is Austin Cindric. I just don't see him hanging around. There's too many cars that are fast behind him, including Bubba Wallace, who I thought was very strong in practice. He was in the first group. He had kind of all the lap averages were the best. I just thought he was really solid. And I, for whatever reason, ever since Bubba won the dirt truck race, it's kind of like you trust him to run the top a little bit more. Let's see. Elliott over Chastain. Yeah. I thought Bubba was good. AJ Allmendinger, good qualifying, probably hangs around. He's got the talent, but there's no speed in the race car. So if you were looking for Allmendinger to look amazing in practice, and therefore you beat the market that way, that was never going to happen. AJ Allmendinger was going to look how AJ is going to look in practice, and is he going to be there at the end? Maybe. He runs well here. I trust him on this racetrack, but his practice was not that good. Let's see. Chris Buescher, I think solid. I actually think Chris Buescher was really solid in the long run. Not a ton of fall off, just really consistent lap times, but didn't have fire off speed. Neither did Logano. I mean, both of these guys looked really good in the long run. I thought Logano top 5 car. I wouldn't put Buescher in that top 5. I would say he's top 10, but I would put Logano in top 5. This is a good race car for Joey Logano. Again, not fast in the short run. It looked like he was just kind of conserving his stuff, but definitely hung on in the long run. Ty Gibbs looked like the second best car in practice yesterday. Todd messaged me. I was at the track, and so I didn't see the broadcast until this morning. I rewatched practice, and Todd had texted me during practice. It looks like Ty Gibbs is going to be great. And it's very rare for Todd to sound that smart because I hadn't sent him my information yet. And so when I took a look at my notes, I was like, whoa, yeah, Ty Gibbs is really fast. And I gave Todd all this credit for being smart. Like, wow, how did you pick up on that? I was almost shocked. And then I went back and watched the broadcast, and yes, the 54 was talked about a little bit. Yeah. Let's see. Top 10's 2-1. 3 straight top 10s for AJ. Yeah, I like Ty. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Gabe Hardy did spend the week with a 54. Who knows? So I love Ty Gibbs. There was, I think Bovada had a group bet with him. Group M. I nibbled that a little bit. Plus 225. Ty Gibbs, Austin Cindric, AJ Allmendinger, Ryan Preece. So I do think his biggest competition would be AJ Allmendinger for that. But plus 225. I wanted Gibbs somewhere on my card. I wanted Gibbs somewhere. Gibbs back to 40. Not couch betting Gibbs. I do have a couch bet by default on Gregson. I pre-weeked at 200 to 1 or something. So technically with my wife, I do have a couch bet, but I'm not going to brag that like, hey, we can make a couch bet today because I do not like Noah Gregson at 30 to 1. Larson, I mean, what do you guys want me to say about Larson? I mean, what do you want me to say about Larson? So I didn't do the parlay all 3 races. I thought something would go wrong in one of the races whether it was the trucks or the Xfinity. So I did a parlay of trucks, Cup, and Xfinity Cup. I don't know if I should be happy that Larson didn't win because I was right. Like I knew something was going to go wrong and he wasn't going to win. Or should I be pissed because then I'd have another parlay? I can't decide. I can't decide how I amaze myself so much that I could even think about losing money and being like, well, at least I was right. Angry Kyle Larson, yeah. I think Larson thumps the field today. I think for the start of the race, he is going to lead, and he's going to lead a lot, and it's going to be quick. And I do think that the field closes up to him as they make more adjustments. So that's what I think. I mean, it's not close in lap times in practice. Yeah, being right over being rich. Yeah. It's like if you're so smart, why are you so unhappy? Yeah. Yeah, Larson's the best. It's not close. I mean, Gibbs is probably the closest, but I mean, Zane Smith 9 to 1, top 10. Well, we'll get to Zane. Actually, he didn't look that bad. Let's keep moving on, I guess. Carson Osavar. I think Carson's going to be good. It's not a great qualifying for him. I don't see him carving up through the field. Maybe get into find himself top 10-ish, but I feel like his top 10 prices just aren't there. It's just not worth it. Chris Bell looked pretty bad. I know he's won here, but this is not a strong track for him. I do not like Chris Bell today. Famous last words, I guess. I just don't. He was not good at the speed into Toyotas is off a little bit. It was off a little bit at least Bell's was off a little bit at Vegas, where he's relative to where relative used to running. Why was that so hard for me to say? Jeez, I think Bell struggles. Down that much on Blaney? No. Let's see. Ty Gibbs us 42 to 1 at FanDuel. I mean, I think, yeah, the red eye's just taking a red eye, drinking all day yesterday, then, packing up and, ugh. Okay, we agree. Fade Bell. Zane Smith, a solid. Here's what I like about Zane Smith. He just went out there and ran a lot of laps. He did have fall off, but he at least was consistent, and I think that there's a lot to be said for just not making mistakes. You don't have to run the wall. You don't have to be the fastest guy, but, if you can just hang around, if you're this Zane Smith type, if you're the Riley Herbst, Justin Haley, if you guys are just good enough to hang around and be talked about in the top 10 late in the race, I think that's a good place to start. Zane Smith, 9 to 1, top 10 is not terrible. Chase Elliott, fourth for fifth best, a top 5 car, in my opinion. Really good in the long run. Is that they're calling me to check out? Do I have to answer the phone on the live stream? Hello? Yep, hi. Rated 11. Yep, thanks, bye. All right, that's a first. That was pretty sick, though. Wheels. I mean, moving over there. This is great content, by the way. Okay, we skip Logano. I think Logano is really good. I have Logano as a top 3 or 4 car. Let's see. Where are we at? Chase Elliott. I thought Chase was top 5. Thought Chase was top 5. Just really good long run speed. Riley Herbst, a lot of fall off. I did play one of my books had Justin Haley 9-1 for a top 10. So I indulged there. I thought Justin Haley looked strong in practice. I kind of trust him just in the long run. Kind of protecting his car and being there at the end. Still 9-1. I do not want anyone to play that price at like plus 250. Not at all. Tyler Reddick. I mean, he got run down by the 5 and passed, and it was pretty easy. 9 and 6 can be moving through the field. Yeah, I agree with a 6 too. Yeah, Reddick is going to have to find some speed if he's going to be competing with the big boys. If he's going to be competing with Ty Gibbs, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Logano, and Chase Elliott, he's got to find some speed because it's just not there. It's just not there for the 45. Kyle Busch, not good. Want to fade. Like it's so easy for me to go, oh, I want to pound against Kyle Busch, but this is one of those tracks where, gosh, it really does. The driver makes a big difference, and he can just make such a big difference. His car's no good. He didn't qualify well. I don't think he was happy in practice. He had a lot of fall off. If you want to fade Kyle Busch, every sign you saw in practice kind of says fade him. But be sure it's with someone that you think is going to run top 10 or maybe top 7, because I just think Kyle could figure out a way. But he could also go a lap down and just be fighting his car all day long. I just don't know. Denny Hamlin, I thought he was going to be better. I thought his numbers were going to be better. Denny's going to race. Denny's going to race better than he qualified. I think he's absolutely going to move up. I don't know how fast that car is. He's going to have to make some adjustments if he's on speed, in my opinion. Cole Custer, lots of fall off, although this is a good track for him. Ross Chastain, yeah, this looks like the full fade here, Big Ross. The guy to fade is Chastain. That's what it looks like. But has he been good here? I don't even know. Like, what's his recent history? Someone look up his recent history. Stenhouse, you'd think he'd be good here. I can't imagine he is going to be good today. Michael McDowell, the worst he's kind of looked lately. Eric Jones, also not good. Todd Gilliland, lots of fall off. Austin Dillon, not that much fall off. There's some 9-1 top 10s, maybe even better for Austin Dillon. I think he's going to race okay. I think he'll race much better than kind of where he's at on the track. Ryan Preece actually had some decent long run speed, but it's just he didn't have the fall off that some other guys did. It's not like he had long run speed. Long run speed was Ty Gibbs, Kyle Larson. Blaney had long run speed. Byron had long run speed. Ryan Preece just doesn't have as much fall off as other guys. Keselowski, what a bad qualifying. You got to think he's going to be moving up. This is a good track for him. The price is right to play some Keselowski stuff, in my opinion. This is a place where he just can kind of show up late and potentially, not from a strategy perspective, can actually race his way up there. I think he'll be good. Only one finish better than 17th for Ross. This is where we fade Ross and he somehow wins off strategy, which I don't even think there's going to be strategy in this race, but Ty Dillon or Daniel Suarez, again, lots of fall off. Not a place where I want to play him. Ty Dillon, lots of fall off. SVG, he's got a lot of learning to do. Cody Ware, JJ Yaley, they're trash. Yaley's real slow. All right, top 10. I gotta get out of this room here. They're calling me. Remember? Top 10. I'm gonna say Gregson, Byron, Blaney, Bubba, Buscher, Logano, Gibbs, Larson, Chase, Hamlin. Wow, I don't have Reddick in the top 10. He's got to be in the top 10. Let's try that again. I think Gregson gets a top 10, but he would be the first one out. But I think Briscoe, Byron, Blaney, Bubba, Buscher, Logano, Gibbs, Larson, Chase, Denny. Wow, I didn't get him in there again. Who did I put in there? Buscher? And guys, I'm really sure about 8 guys in the top 10. I don't know. There's 3 other drivers, kind of this Noah Gragson, Chris Buescher, Tyler Reddick, kind of, all those guys are right there. I guess you got to give the nod to Reddick at this track. The tire strategies take tires. Yeah, I'm short circuiting. I am. Can't believe you guys listen to this. Briscoe's not a top 10 car. He might not be. He might not be. But he's also a guy, even when he was in the 14, I thought he was not going to be good. If he qualified well, he keeps track position really well. But I have a Briscoe bet, so it might be hard for me to see that objectively. I mean, okay, so the pick is Larson, obviously. I think that Byron, Gibbs, and Blaney are kind of the next 2 or the next 3 on speed, and then I think long runs, Chase Elliott's very strong, Joey Logano's very strong, and I think that those guys will be kind of in the mix. So, all right, I got to get out of here. Any questions? Yeah, this is an all-time moment in poll history when I took a phone call. Hopefully someone can screen grab that. Yeah, the mic stand. Yeah, the mic stand falling. Yep, that was a Texas race. Good outright prices right now. I mean, Gibbs at 42. I think of the favorites, I like Byron at that 8. Elliott over Hocevar. Yeah, I like that. And then anyone at the track, obviously, shoot me a DM. We'll grab a beer. The 9 at 25. Here's the thing. I like the 9 in matchups, and he's a guy right now where it seems like his car is really solid to back at strong, like I would say even more expensive prices. Like you could pay -130 on matchups. Wow, geez, he's Elliott over Hocevar is -105 on DraftKings. It's pretty good. I mean, I think Chase Elliott's going to be racing for the win. Or at least maybe not in the win. He's a tier back, but if he gets out front, he's gonna be hard to pass. 6 at 45 to 6 at I don't think the 6 can win, but I think that he'll drive through the field. Save the 9 for next week. Yeah, the 9 top 5 maybe. See if you're going to bet Chase outright next week. Yeah, I don't have the prices right in front of me. So, all right, guys, gals, whoever's watching, cheers. And yeah, hit me up, Knowles, Nick. We'll catch up, and anyone else who's at the track, we'll have a beer. All right, see ya.